Hello traders, this is Rich Derrick from tradesight. I want to take a few minutes and go over a very useful tool when using your charts, and that is going to be plotting trend channels. Trend channels are very effective in identifying and capturing price movement on a chart, and I'm going to walk you through a couple of ways to both plot them and also kind of optimize and tweak them so they can stand out on your chart and not get lost amongst a lot of the other moving averages and whatnot. So let's take a look at a chart that has trend channels on it right now, and then we'll talk about how to put them on there and to tweak them to your liking. All right, here's a look at a chart that I've been following very closely. This is a ratio chart. Ratio charts are something that we covered earlier in the educational series. So if you'd like to learn more about those, just browse back a little bit and take a look at those videos on how to make a ratio chart. But what we have in front of us is a ratio chart of the S&P. That's the SPX cash divided by the TLT, which represents the U.S. government long bonds. We've been using this as a gauge as to see the veracity for which traders have been putting risk on right now in the market. And you can see that there's certainly something going on here, and there was a pretty good move to the upside here in favor of the S&P over the safety of the bonds. But what we kind of learned here as we were kind of starting to move up here and start to put on risk was that we were actually starting to trace out a pretty well-defined channel here in the market. When we got up to this level, okay, that was pretty much the high water mark of what the market would take as far as putting risk on before it needed a breather. We went laterally here again and then pushed back up again to the upper fringe, upper boundary of this channel. Again, we rode this channel up and then broke all the way to the downside of the channel, which is where we found support on the prior break as well. Now again, we're back up in that area of the upper fringe of this price channel, and again we're starting to have some trouble here. We're starting to consolidate sideways again. So this trend channel has really defined for us the boundaries for which this can really move without having to pause, and this trend channel has been very, very useful. Let's talk about how we can actually get this on the chart now. As you can see, I've got it plotted on the chart here with dashed lines. A lot of times that's helpful to distinguish it among the other features that you may have on your chart. Let's take a look at how to do that. All right, folks. So here's just the plain line chart without any kind of notations on it. So what I'm going to do is go up here and I'm going to choose to activate the little dashboard up here that has all of our technical studies on it. You want to go up here and select this one where it says channel, the two diagonal lines. We're going to click on that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this. I'm just for now, let's just say take this as my anchor right down here, and I'm just going to left click it and span it to this point right here. After I left click it one more time, it'll stay, and then I'm going to get a second line that's going to be kind of just attached to my mouse cursor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that and I'm just going to put it right up here in this area, and now I do have my regression channel after I left click again. So just to review, you want to select your area, you're going to left click, you're going to drag your mouse to the next point of interest, you're going to click again. After you do that, then you will get the second line to place wherever you want it. Left click it once and that line will stay in position there. So we're all set with our regression channel. It's on here now, but let's say you want to see this projected forward and to keep plotting. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on it, I'm going to select edit, I'm going to get a pop-up box here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit extend right, and you can see it extends up to the right. Turn off again, look to the right of the chart. I'm going to extend it to the right. Now it's going to extend up and give me a level to work off of going forward in time. I'll remove this just for you to take a look at. So here's the simple channel. It's extended now, and this is just what we had plotted. So just by hitting the extend right button, it's going to move up to the right there. Another nifty feature that you can also activate is you can also change the channel once you have it selected into just a pure trend channel into a regression channel. You do that by selecting any one of these numbers here. You can also change them as you like. I'm just going to use the 50% mark, which is that halfway mark. So now all of a sudden we've got a midpoint to watch for on our channel. Here's a look at the chart now. All we've done is just divided that trend channel into equal parts by using that 50% mark. I can take this off. I can use the 382, which will be one of the Fibonacci numbers. So I can see that that's going to be a key area for retracement, pulling back down to the downside. And of course, you can manipulate these numbers any way you want. What I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to stay with the 2 lines for now in the classic trend channel. The other thing that you can do is depending on what else is on your chart, and this is, I think, actually fairly important, you can actually change the width if you want to make it a little bit darker or bolder. And you can also change the style. As you had seen before, I had the dashed lines, which a lot of times is nice to see because it kind of separates it from a lot of the other studies that you may have on the chart there. So here's a look at the chart. This is with it bolded up 1 level to make it a little bit darker, and also I've made it the dashed lines. So this is definitely something that you can manipulate and adjust to however you want to see it. It's very important that you can also change the colors. If you're running another study on the chart that may conflict with it, you can change your colors. I just changed it to red, and I'm going to change the other one as well to red, and it's going to look like what we had up there previously. I'm just going to cross out of this, and then this is what our channel looked like before. So there's a lot of different variations that you can use. Please customize these to your advantage, and make sure you save them. If you do have this on the chart like I had it and you want to keep it there, just make sure that after you're done selecting this and you have it drawn up the way you want, just make sure you go down to the left and right click on the tab that you're on and save the page. And once you do that, the notations and all of the tweaking that you've done will stay on that chart for you. So couple of things here to keep in mind here. Use these whenever you see a trend developing. You can cut them off so they do not extend if you don't want to clutter up your chart. If you just want to capture that particular price action, you can extend them to the right, and you can also extend them to the left if you wish. Make sure to manipulate them to your advantage using the colors and also the different line schemes to make sure that you can see them and they stand out against your other charts. And then, of course, if you want to keep it on your chart, don't forget to save the page, and then these notations will be saved. All right, and as always, I thank you for listening. And if you have any questions on this, or would like to contact me, or if you'd like to see me review something else or talk about another topic, please feel free to drop me an email, and I will certainly take that into consideration. So this has been Rich Derrick for tradesight, and thanks for listening.